Ladies and gentlemen, this is a story that came out today, Monday, December 18th, 2017, in Los Angeles time. Looked like Sarah Palin's son was arrested for beating his father. And I know he got caught up with domestic violence, I think like in 2016, beating on his wife. So he clearly got a problem. Track, what kind of fucking name is Track? Track Palin, charged with beating his father, who court document says he confronted him with a gun. So he confronted his own father with a gun. His own father. Mm-mm-mm. New details emerged Monday about the arrest of Track Palin, the eldest son of former Alaskan Governor Sarah Palin, with charging documents saying he broke into his parents' home and beat his father. Track 28 was arrested Saturday and is charged with first-degree burglary, fourth-degree assault, and criminal mischief. He remains in custody. Wow. He can't go to his own parents' house? Ooh, things must really be bad. A court filing describes a chaotic scene at the family home in Wasilla, Alaska, when Track Palin confronted his father over a truck he wanted to pick up. His father, Todd Palin, had told him not to come to the home because Track Palin had been drinking and taking pain medication. Okay, so he's a junkie. He's a junkie, y'all. According to a sworn police affidavit and charging documents, Track told him he was going to come anyway to beat his ass. Wow. Okay, let me go on. According to an affidavit filled by Wasilla police officer Adam LaPont, when Todd Palin confronted his son at the door with a pistol, the younger Palin broke a window and entered the house and started beating his father, according to court filings. Palin pushed his father to the ground and hit him repeatedly on the head. Wow, the documents say. Sarah Palin, the 2008 Republican vice president nominee, called police at 8:30 p.m. and said her son was freaking out and was on some type of medication. See, he's a junkie, y'all. He's a junkie. So he's got a drinking and drug problem. When police arrived, they saw Todd and Sarah Palin fleeing the house in separate vehicles. Todd with blood running down his face and Sarah looking visibly upset, the documents say. Police confronted Track Palin in the residence. He called them peasants. He called his parents peasants and told them to lay down their weapons according to the documents. Eventually, Palin left the house and was placed in handcuffs. Wow. Doesn't that seem odd? They both fled their house because of their son in separate vehicles? Okay, okay, never mind. I guess I'm trying to figure out people that just aren't going to make sense to me no matter what. Okay, he told police that when he arrived at the house, his father had his gun aimed at him, and he had urged his father to shoot several times before entering the house, according to the documents. And here's the complaint right here. Okay. All right, so they are going to they're charging him with burglary in the first degree. Class B felony. All right, so entry or while in the building, immediate flight of the building at person, cause or attempt to cause physical injury to a person. Shoot, he beat his own father in the head. Okay, so there you go. He beat his own damn father in the head. Here's the other charge, fourth degree assault, class A misdemeanor, 16th day of December 2017 near Wasilla in third judicial district. The person recklessly caused physical injury to another person. All right. All right. And then he was charged with criminal mischief in the fourth degree, class A misdemeanor. Okay. So with intent to damage property of other, the person damaged property of another in an amount of $250 or more, but less than $1,000. Wow. And then this is what happened. Here's the police report. Yep, police report. On December 2017 at approximately 20:37 hours, Officer LaPont was dispatched to a disturbance located at 1140 West Park Highway. The complaint, Sarah Palin, stated that Track was freaking out and was on some type of medication. While driving to the location, update stated that Track had broke a window to make entry into the residence and was now assaulting Todd. Upon arrival, two vehicles exited the residence. In the first vehicle was a male identified as Todd Palin. Todd appeared to have injuries to his face and head based on the visible blood running down his face. In the second vehicle was a female identified as Sarah Palin. Sarah was visibly upset. I was told that Track was still in the residence and alone at this time. While making the approach to the residence, yelling could be heard coming from the direction of the house. Upon arrival at the residence, contact was attempted with Track by calling him to have him come out of the residence. A male later identified as Track Palin by ADL, okay, some identification, exited the front door, which was partly open. Track stood on the porch. Communication was attempted, which failed due to Track yelling and calling himself and other officers pheasants. Well, what is that supposed to mean? What is this, the 1800s? Never mind. Pheasants, okay. And telling us to lay our guns on the ground before approaching the residence. Track then walked back to the residence. Track could be seen moving around inside the residence. At one point, Track exited the residence through an upstairs window onto the garage roof. He moved around in a strange manner and assumed to prone position just behind the roof line in what appeared to be an attempt to locate officers on the property. After a few seconds, Track got back up and re-entered the residence through the same window he had exited the residence from. After approximately 10-15 minutes, communication was regained with Track, and he was talking into coming back outside to talk. After talking with Track, he was detained and placed into handcuffs without incident. Track was then placed in my patrol vehicle and read his Miranda warning. Track stated that I could continue asking him questions. Track stated that he had consumed a few beers earlier. Track said that he had been talking to his dad about a vehicle. He had to be more than just a few beers. His mother said medication, but I notice in here they don't mention the medication he was on. Personally, he's behaving like somebody that's, did a combination of alcohol and drugs. Track stated that he had a disagreement and that there had been threats between them. Track stated that he drove over to Todd's house, and when he arrived, Todd had a gun in his hand. Track stated that he attempted to open the front door. When the door did not open, he looked through the window next to the door and saw Todd pointing a gun at him. Track stated that he told Todd to shoot him several times. Track said Todd tapped the barrel of the gun on the window, so he punched the window, breaking the window. Track stated that he went through the broken window and disarmed Todd and put him on the ground. While Track had Todd on the ground, he started hitting Todd in the head. Todd was able to get away from Track and get out of the residence. During an interview, Todd stated that the argument had started when Track wanted to come and get his truck. Todd told Track not to come because he had been drinking and was on pain medication at the time. Track had told him that he was coming anyway to beat his ass. Woo, your son is talking to you like that. First of all, how the hell do you let things get so bad that your kid is talking to you like that? I never, or my brother, never said to our parents, we gonna kick your ass. I'm sorry. Bad parenting, y'all. Bad parenting. Whether you want to hear it or not is the truth. I wish so. I wish somebody would walk in my father's house talking about some I'm gonna kick your ass. My father would never have stood for that. Okay. Todd sustained injuries to his face and head in direct result of being hit by Track's fist. Todd had blood from several cuts on his head and had liquid coming from his ear. Track was arrested for domestic violence, burglary 1, domestic violence, assault 4, domestic violence, criminal mischief 4. And Track was then transported to Mitsu pretrial. And that's it. That's everything that happened. According to this police report, wow. Like I said, you got to be some bastard to go to your parents' house and beat on them. I'm sorry, with this drug and alcohol and all these opioids going on, my question is, how long are you going to keep making excuses up for these users? I notice how they keep blaming everybody, but they won't put not 1 ounce of blame on the drug user. This is a disgrace. This is an absolute disgrace, y'all. And I just find it odd that when Sarah and Todd fled the home, they went in separate vehicles. Okay, maybe. Okay, I don't know. You would think that she would want to be with him if he was bleeding from the head. I would think any wife would want to be with the husband and not let him get behind the wheel after he's suffered a head injury from being beaten. That just seems odd, but hey, I guess I just don't have an IQ high enough. Please leave your comment and subscribe, and don't forget to hit on that notification bell. Peace, family.